Okay, here we are. Hey, Tuesday, a little after 10 a.m. I'm Tom Novak. I've got my good friend Daryl Bauer here too, by the way, and we'll get with Daryl
Morning,
here.
Tom.
How you doing, Daryl? We'll get to Daryl here in just a second. Hey, just wanted to show you guys what's going on. Of course, we've got a storm here that is wrapping up now over southern Minnesota, and I'm going to put the moisture channel loop from outer space. Actually, this would be your moisture channel loop from outer space here, showing the moisture over southern Minnesota in the light blue and dark blue color. So we have plenty of moisture now that is streaming north out of the Gulf of Mexico. We're finally getting an opportunity to tap the Gulf of Mexico, and that moisture is surging north into southern Minnesota. You may have heard about the potential for severe weather over Tennessee and Mississippi. Here it is. These are the start of those thunderstorms there. It's going to be a pretty busy day down there. And like I mentioned, that moisture is finally surging north and we're tapping into it. And that is one of the reasons we're getting snow here across southern Minnesota. Your infrared satellite loop shows some enhancement to the clouds now over southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, and you're beginning to see what we call a trawl or deformation access, which would be banding of the snow now that is setting up over southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. And radar kind of shows that too. This is radar in current conditions across southern Minnesota, northwest Iowa. That is where the snow is falling. It's moving to the northeast, basically right through southern and east central Minnesota and then into northwestern Wisconsin. And in fact, radar shows that too. We'll put this into motion for you just to show you the radar here across southern Minnesota. And here's that banding that I'm talking about. It's really starting to wreak some havoc in the Mankato areas, Owatonna, Waterville areas, and now moving into the southern Twin Cities metro. But quite frankly, all of the Twin Cities metro now getting snow, and that's been the case here for the last couple of hours. But yes, this snow, as it continues to move north, is going to intensify here right over the Twin Cities metro, and that's one of the reasons why we have Daryl here on the screen, because he's in Waterville, which is just south and west of the Twin Cities. It's down near the Faribault area and St. Peter areas of southern Minnesota. Hey, Daryl, can you tell us kind of what's going on there in Waterville? I know you're in your vehicle and you're looking at the traffic conditions, but you're a great sponsor of ours, and we appreciate some of your input. Let us know what's happening down there.
Yeah, well, all of your graphics there really do explain what I'm experiencing out here. Just getting out and doing the first showings of the day today for my business, and I'm on the south side of Waterville here, out by the baseball field off of Highway 60 that many people drive by all the time, and this the snow that's falling, it's just a really high content of moisture. You can tell when it hits the ground, it's that type of snow that hits the ground and turns to ice almost right away. So we got some pretty slippery conditions out here. Even though there's about 1 to 2 inches of snow on the ground, that snow really packs on the highways, and I have yet to really see any MnDOT vehicles out yet. That's not to say that they're not out there, but definitely as the cars go through Waterville here on Highway 60, they're definitely going at a much slower pace than normal. So, I guess I just encourage everyone out there, if you're out on the highways and the roads, just be weather aware here and slow down a little bit, and we can all get to where we need to go.
Hey, that's awesome, Daryl. Thank you for the input. You're right. What's happening there in Waterville, which of course is right about in this section here of south central Minnesota, that's the weather that's going to be moving northeast into the Twin Cities metro here shortly. So it's kind of a wet, heavy snow, certainly creating slick conditions out there. And right now we're looking at the NAM computer model guidance. This is from 7 a.m. this morning, Daryl, and take a look at this. Is a jet streak that we have coming up into eastern Iowa and southeastern Minnesota. These are winds at about 70 to 80 knots, if not even higher, that are now nosing into southeastern Minnesota. And usually it's on the left front quad or on the nose of a jet streak like that is where intense lift occurs. And that's what we have going on this morning and now into this early this afternoon. This is the NAM guidance for 1 p.m. this afternoon. Now, when we go down in the atmosphere a little bit and we look at about the 5 to 10,000 foot level, you're going to be able to see something very similar here. Here comes that jet streak. This is now what we call a mid-level jet streak that is nosing up into southern Wisconsin. And again, on the nose or on the left front quad of a jet streak like that is where intense lift occurs. And that is going, that warmer, moister air is starting to move up and over that cold dome of air now that's situated here over Minnesota, and that is what's creating the snow and, by the way, some ice even in southeastern Minnesota. This is the radar summary, or at least the future radar summary from the rapid refresh guidance, and here it is as of this morning. And look at how it has the snow spreading in and over across all of southern and eastern Minnesota and into western Wisconsin. This is by about 10 a.m. this morning. So right about now is what this radar picture, future radar picture was for. And then watch what happens this afternoon. The snow just continues through at least about 3 or 4 this afternoon. This is the shot at about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. And look at this. Snow still is continuing over southeastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin, but it finally comes to an end probably around 6 or 7 this evening. And by the way, this is a shot here from Waterville also. This is from Lake Tectona. Am I saying that correct, Daryl?
Lake Tatanka. Yep, that's right on the south side of Antle Bay.
There you go. So yeah, you can see that we've got some serious weather happening in the Waterville area. And again, that's right around this area here on the radar. As far as snow totals are concerned, we'll blow this up for everybody and then we'll let you go. But this is what I'm expecting across southern and eastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. A good solid probably 4 to 6 inches of snow, I think, across the Twin Cities metro, maybe even more as you head northeast into northwestern Wisconsin, and pretty much the whole southern and eastern sections of Minnesota. If you draw a line from Duluth to St. Cloud, anywhere south and east of that line, I'm pretty confident that 2, 3, 4 inches plus of snow is going to fall between now and 6 p.m. this evening. So a lot going on. Daryl, thank you. A couple of things, Daryl. Thanks for your report from down there. And thank you for being a sponsor here of Novak Weather. I truly appreciate it. Without sponsors, this certainly wouldn't be possible. All right, with that, we're going to let everybody go. Be safe out there on the highways. Daryl told you, it's really slick out there. So be safe out there. Don't drive if you don't have to, because it's only going to get worse this afternoon and into this evening. Thank you, Daryl. We'll see everybody later.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Bye-bye.